What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to show you guys how to replace your old can lights. I'm going to show you guys how to go from this to this. Look how streamlined that is. Continue watching to find out how simple this project is. So real quick information of these wafer lights. As you can see, they're probably maybe about a ½ inch thick. So even if you have a stud running along where you want your light, it'll still fit right inside the drywall there. It's also got a built-in foam ring, so this is safe in moist environments such as the kitchen I'm in now. You can even do it right above a sink. You can do it in the bathroom, laundry room. It's all safe and all protected. And it also has a threaded collar to keep everything intact. Basically got a toolless installation once you get your wiring done. These little spring-loaded clips clamp onto the drywall. Now the light temperature is actually fully adjustable right on the J-Box. You can go from 2.7K, 3K, 4K, 5K, and 6K selectable on that J-Box. And then these are also compatible with dimmer switches as well. So this is a really feature-rich light here. Again, really simple design. All right, so a slight update to the 3D printed piece that I added to this box here. So previously I was using these, which is great for solving the issue of having that burred metal, especially that sharp edge against your wiring. But yeah, not really code compliant or anything like that. It just leaves a pretty big hole, and you know, stuff could get inside and out. And also the wiring is just a little bit loose in there. So as you can see here, this is the new piece, and I've actually got one right here. Get a closer look. So as you can see, it's pretty similar in design overall. It just got the little compressible tab on the inside. This one just has one small piece that condenses, fit in the hole, and then it expands and fills that gap perfectly. It's also quite a bit deeper as well, not that that really matters, but the big difference is the piece on the center. As you can see there, has a angled piece, and that angled piece will actually compress as you push the cable in and then contract outward and prevent that cable from slipping out of there. So that's just going to hold your Romex in there perfectly. After you punch out that knockout, this is what takes its place and should be good to go. I bought the big 24 pack. I have about 18 or 19 lights in my house that I'm going to replace. And these are also really energy efficient, only using 12 watts at its full brightness. Once you dim them down, they use a lot less as well. So let's go ahead and remove this old can light. I'm going to start by removing the bulb. You definitely want to tape down the light switch or shut off the power to the circuit breaker. All right, and this housing is held in with 2 tabs. There's 2 spring-loaded clips here. And that'll drop straight down. And then per light, there's going to be 3 screws. I'm just taking a little 1/4 inch ratchet here. You can just use a Phillips screwdriver. It's going to work the same. All right, once all 3 screws are removed, this will pop straight down. Now, if you have an attic above you, you will have insulation fall on you. Luckily, I'm on the first floor of my 2-story house here. So here's an interior shot. As you can see, there's a junction box in here. I've got black, white, and ground wires, hot, neutral, and ground. All I need to do is disconnect all these wires, undo this here, remove that. I can leave everything in there. I'll leave all this hardware in here as well, just in case someone in the future wants to go back to this can style, and it'll be all set. All right, and before you start cutting any wires, it's a good idea to check the voltage here. I've got a non-contact voltage tester here. Just gonna go and fish around these wires. And everything is looking good. Of course, inside the J-Box, everything will match up, black to black, white to white, and ground to ground. Now this is a set of 2 lights, so this one is in series, so this already has 2 wires connected to it, and I'll connect a third, so I'm not gonna use the included wire nuts. I'm going to use the proper gauge. You're going to want to make sure to use something thicker like this rather than the included ones, because again, you're connecting 3 wires versus just 2. All right, so as you can see here, I've got my wiring exposed from the ceiling. I've got my white, my black, and my ground. So hot, neutral, and ground. And of course that coincides with everything in the box. So it's really straightforward. And I'm just going to go ahead and check one more time with my voltage tester here, just to make sure I got nothing live here, and we're all good. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and feed all the wires into my box. I've got my little 3D printed fitting there just to keep all these wires protected. And by the way, if you're new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I make super simple solutions to complex problems just like this one here. I also work on everything in the household and automotive as well. Click on my channel, look around, I'm sure you'll find something useful. And again, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Back to the video. And you want to make sure that the housing is actually inside the box as well. You don't want these exposed wires just hanging out freely. As you can see on these wires, they're already pre-cut. There's only about 1/2 inch. I'm just going to go ahead and expand that to maybe about closer to 1 inch. There we go. Get a little more exposed wire there. Make for a better connection. So I always like to pre-twist these wires. A lot of people just shove all 3 wires in there without pre-twisting. I like to pre-twist. And along with the wiring, I like to keep twisting until the actual cable is twisted as well. Something like that. As you can see there, all wires are connected and then they're also twisted as well to prevent any movement. Get more exposed wiring out. Better connection. By the way, the direction of the twist is the direction that you're going to be attaching those wire nuts to. Keep everything flowing in the same direction. Alright, so that's actually fully connected. I'm actually going to go the extra mile and tape these down with some electrical tape. So this is just going to prevent any type of moisture or anything from getting in those wires, and also prevent these wire nuts from moving around, and also prevent any contact. Again, not a required step, but I always like to go the little bit further and get everything completely connected, get that added peace of mind. And this just ensures that everything stays intact. And there we go. So all that's left now is just to make sure to fold things properly, just to make sure this doesn't pop out of this housing here. All right, so as you can see there, I've got over 1 inch of the housing actually inside the box. I'm just gonna go ahead and bend everything kind of like an accordion here. You should never do more than 2 Romex cables at a time. Like there shouldn't be 3 or 4, max of 2 is what you want in here. And again, everything is going to be in series. You should plan accordingly when installing fresh lights. There you go. All right, so now I can just tuck this in. Before I do that, I'm actually going to set my color temperature. So I'm going to do 3000K and see how that looks. I might want to do 2700K because then this is the kitchen. You really want that warm light. It's going to feel much more homey, less hospital and office-like. I still got that previous junction box in there, so I'm just going to go ahead and reinstall all of this hardware. Again, for the next homeowner that might want to go back to the old school, everything is still intact and they're free to do so. Alright, so now the hard work is actually already done. All I got to do is connect this single wire. It's polarized, so you gotta make sure to insert it properly and fully. There's also a little bit of a rubber gasket there, but that again will further seal it. It's completely water resistant. Threaded collar keeps everything nice and secure, and that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and turn on the power to this light real quick, see how that looks. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out these color temperatures here. So this is 2700K. This is 3000, which is what I will set it at. So I've still got 4000, 5000, and 6000. This is way too office and hospital-like for me. Again, this is a kitchen, so let's do 3000. Boom. Got my J-box in here. Just gonna go ahead and make sure it's got a nice home. Just kind of chilling out there. All right, so installation, last step. These little spring-loaded clips here. These clip on directly onto the drywall. Again, I left all the hardware in here for the can light, so These will fit nicely right over those little tabs there. Gonna be pretty easy to do one side at a time. Push the clip in and it sucks itself right in. No tools needed. Again, if you need to remove them or uninstall them or change any settings, it's as simple as just pulling them straight down. But that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and turn the light back on. Beautiful, beautiful. It's got a nice span of light as well. Again, with can lights, it's going to shine directly downward. With these, it'll shine downward, but also spill out in this direction here. So it's really cool. Again, really nice light. I've got 3000K. It's perfect for this kitchen here. All right, so I've got the ISO turned down on my camera. Hopefully my face isn't washing out right now. But as you can see here, the light not only shines downward, but also outward as well. These are full LEDs, so they stay cool. They won't get hot. They won't heat up your house, especially during the summertime. And of course, it has the pre-installed foam ring here. Those two springs suck this up directly onto that drywall there. Over time, this is going to be even tighter against that drywall, and you have a full watertight seal. Good for kitchens, good for over the sink, good for bathrooms, the laundry rooms. It's all safe for moist environments. All right, everything is good to go. Let's go ahead and fold these wires in, making sure that the housing of our Romex is fully inserted and seated in the box here. It's not going to come out. And we're looking good, just like that. Close up the J-box, and the hard part is all done. Double check my work here, everything is good. Grab my new LED wafer light. Single wire operation, just verify you've got the orientation proper. Give it a nice seal, nice twist of the collar here. Push up. Again, I'm going to do one side at a time here. Verify that it's centered, and it sucks itself right in. There you go, you guys. All installed, looking beautiful. Doesn't take a whole lot of time, especially if you have pre-installed wiring. If not, it's as simple as drilling a new hole and just running some Romex through a light switch. All right, you guys, that's going to sum it up for me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.